R&B diva, Toni Braxton. Yes, she's up next. Let's talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my show. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode over here at Pepe's Point of View. And I am talking about R&B diva Toni Braxton. That's right. Get Toni Braxton on the phone. Let Toni Braxton know she's my guest today. Yes, get Toni Braxton on the phone. Get LA Reid and Babyface on the phone. We have to talk. Get Anita Baker on the phone too as well. We need to talk, okay? They're my guests. So get them on the phone because we have a lot to discuss with Toni Braxton. Someone actually, I can't remember who it was, but someone requested a while back and said, hey, can you do Toni Braxton? Yes, I put Toni Braxton on my list and I finally got around to listening to Toni Braxton's first album, okay? As you know, I have to listen to the music, listen to Toni Braxton's first album, self-titled debut album. Of course, I have it, but I have to listen to it as well. And without further ado, Toni Braxton, we're covering her right now, okay? And if I did not introduce myself, I am your R&B historian, Pepe. That's right. Okay, and why don't you go ahead on right now and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, all of that, because we're talking about Toni Braxton and you want to stick around for this one. This is going to be the best one yet. It is, because there's a lot of things I'm going to discuss here, all right? As I say, from time to time, I will dish out the dirt on who drop kicked who in these entertainment streets, literally and figuratively speaking, from time to time. No, I'm not talking about digging in people's trash and all of that stuff. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But this here is going to be a great discussion. It really is. And I definitely need your participation in this one. Oh my gosh, I am so ready for this one. But anyway, you know, I have some things. If you stuck around, if you're a new subscriber, then I'm going to tell you how the video is going to flow. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. A returning viewer. If you're a new viewer, sorry, I will tell you how things flow. All right. If you are a returning viewer, thank you. You should already know by now. And for you subscribers, thank you guys so much. But let's just dive right into pretty much how I do things over here. Oh, gosh. All right, we're talking about, first of all, Divas with Books, okay? Diva with Books. It's my book club. And these individuals over here, I was about to say divas, but there's 3 divas and 1 divo, okay? We have Joyce Cinderella Irby's book, I Still Say Yes. Faith Evans' book, Keep the Faith. Gladys Knight's book, Between Each Line of Pain and Glory, and David Nathan's book, The Soul for Divas, right? These individuals right here, listen, I have a book club. These books I have read or I'm currently reading, and I will, do a little bit of commentary on them from every now and then. I have yet to read David Nathan's book, The Soul for Divas. I remember reading a little bit back in the day, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. And I'm still reading Gladys Knight's book, Between Each Line of Pain and Glory. And I promise you, it's interesting. That's all I have to say. It's an interesting book, and I'm going to discuss it when I finish it. Trust me, I am. Whew. Okay, this is not a paid promotion at all. I am not affiliated with any of these individuals, Faith Evans, George Finarella Irby, Gladys Knight, or David Nathan. This here is just something that I like to do because just like I enjoy listening to my music all of these years, this gives me another way of just kind of, seeing what my favorite, entertainers are all about, okay? So yes, go right along, and if you haven't purchased these books, go ahead and head on and purchase the books. I'm asking you to simply because I think they're great books, but again, I receive nothing for this. I really don't. Well, I feel good about it. I feel appreciative. So I guess I get something out of it, but it's more, it's not, monetary or tangible. I never thought about it that way. Oh, well. Anywho. All right. So now, without further ado, okay, what I want to do right now is I want to talk to you guys about Ooh and I Like It. All right. So Ooh and I Like It is I talk about something that I like, okay? And it just so happens what I wanted to do, I was trying to play around with it a little bit, and I decided, how about if I just talk about Boomerang for a second? Trust me, you want to stick around because we're going to really and truly talk about this Toni Braxton situation, all right? But just stick around, okay? Let's go with the flow. So here's something that I found interesting about Boomerang that I didn't think about until now. So there I am. What I wanted to do is I wanted to actually go in and get a copy of Boomerang, like go into, where I keep all my Dividers. For those of you who don't know what Divida means, it's my DVDs, my Divida collection. Okay. So I tried to go over there to my Dividers and I didn't see it. So I was like, wait a minute. I don't have Boomerang? I was like saying to myself, like, how is it that I cannot have Boomerang? So I'm looking around in all the movies, and trust me, I'm the kind of person who I keep my movies organized. So all my Eddie Murphy movies are together. And so I'm like, I have all these Eddie Murphy movies, but I don't have Boomerang. Then I thought about it. Did I ever own a copy of Boomerang? So I was kind of surprised and taken aback by that. But hold on for a second. That's not where I'm going. Then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. And now I have a question that I want to ask you guys. I was like, I don't recall owning a lot of soundtrack albums back in the day. I don't remember. And so that just led me to think, I'm saying to myself, like, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't the soundtrack person. I wasn't. I liked the movies. I liked the songs on soundtracks that was featured in the movie or whatever. But I never owned soundtracks like that. And so I'm asking you, how many soundtracks do you own or have you owned? Because for me, the only thing that I could think about when I started thinking about this, right? I said to myself, I was like, I've only owned 2 soundtracks. 2. And I found it to be quite interesting that I actually only own 2 soundtracks. And those 2 soundtracks would be House Party 2 and Set It Off are the only 2 soundtracks that I've ever, literally just went out and purchased. It's just those 2 soundtracks. Now, how I came across the House Party 2 soundtrack, if you watch one of my videos, then you know that back in the day when I was about 13, 12, 14 years of age, when I discovered that you can actually, in magazines, you had the Columbia House and BMG Music Club. And so that's how I started purchasing my music. You can, for a penny, you can get 12, 10, 8, 11, cassettes or CDs in the mail. And then you had to promise to pay, so on and so forth. I don't know, so many that you had to purchase outright. And so that's how I started purchasing music. And then, of course, hitting my parents up and everybody else who knew, I like music, they knew exactly where my money was going. It was going to go to my, cassettes and all that stuff. But anyway, that's how I owned House Party 2. And it was just there. Now, at the time, I liked Tony's song, I don't know what you come to do. So I liked that song, and I was like, okay, let me just go ahead on and, check that I wanted the House Party 2 soundtrack. And then, of course, Set It Off. Not only was it a great soundtrack, but at the time, too, if you know me by now, there are two people I'm definitely a fan of, okay? Two people, hands down. You should know that about me by now. And that is, I am a fan of A'ngela Winbush. Like, it's just what it is. It's A'ngela Winbush. All day, every day for me. And also, too, En Vogue is what it is. I don't care. It could be the original 4. It could be the original 3. It could be, the new 3, whatever you want to call it. I am a fan of En Vogue. So En Vogue had the song Don't Let Go Love. And so while I was waiting on, the latest to release their album, I ended up, saying, okay, I'm going to purchase this soundtrack, which, by the way, you guys, Set It Off is a great soundtrack. I love the soundtrack to Set It Off. I really and truly do. But anyway, like I said, you just got to bear with me. I'm trying to go back over here to Boomerang, okay? So now I'm talking about Boomerang real quick because, again, I haven't gotten away from what I wanted to talk about as far as Anita Baker and Toni Braxton, L.A. Reid, Babyface, and all that stuff. Okay. But anyway, so here's the thing. So I was like, this is interesting. So in my mind, as I am thinking about, not owning, Boomerang, the actual DVD, or the soundtrack, I'm saying to myself, like, but the soundtrack was great. I really and truly liked the soundtrack. Like, I like the movie. So let's talk about this a little bit because this has something to do with Toni Braxton, okay? Now, Boomerang is the soundtrack, Reginald Hudlin is responsible, I guess you could say he's responsible for the movie as well as the soundtrack, right? It's a Reginald Hudlin movie, isn't it correct? Okay, so anyway, the movie was released in 1992. And the soundtrack as well was released June 30th, 1992 by LaFace Records. The album peaked at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and reached the top spot, which would be the number 1 spot on the top R&B hip hop albums chart. The album, this is what I find interesting about this album. The album was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America in August of 1992. Okay, so within 2 months, June, July, August. So within 2 months, 3 months, or what have you, the album was certified gold. Okay, and then by 1995, the album reached triple platinum status. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I came across this tidbit about the album eventually being triple platinum, I'm not saying that the album was not a good album. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to myself, like, why did it take so long for this album to go to reach triple platinum status? That's just me. Because, Boys to Men song End of the Road was such a huge song. I would just think that it would have taken off just like Boys to Men took off. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I found interesting about that. But now here's another thing too about the movie that some of you guys probably know or don't know. So Marcus Miller produced the original score for the film, while Antonio L.A. Reid and Kenny Babyface Edmonds worked on the soundtrack with such a wealth of new material. Director Reginald Hudlin, sorry, I'm so excited. I'm trying to get over here to this stuff I want to discuss. So let me slow it down. Y'all know I can get real, everything can keep moving. Okay, but anyway. Whew. So Hudlin has been quoted as saying, sometimes we use score, sometimes we use a song by L.A. and Face, or sometimes Marcus would take some of the songs they had written and do score interpolations of it. For example, one of the songs, Love Should Have Brought You Home, is a great example. They came from a line of dialogue, and of course, Halle Berry is saying to Eddie Murphy, you don't know a thing about love. Love should have brought your home last night. So that's where the song came from. But anyway, at that time, LA leans over to him and says that's a great song title. And of course, they wrote the song, Love Should Have Brought You Home. And then according to, like, this is what I found interesting. And then Hutland suggested, well, you know, we've got this great young singer who can sing, who sang the demo. Reggie, this is what L.A. Reid is saying. If you like the demo, then we can use her. And I said, great, let's use her. But that's not what I thought happened, okay? You understand? I was under the impression that L.A. Reid and Babyface suggested that Anita Baker originally gave these songs. Well, hold on, let me backtrack. And of course, you know, everything is alleged. Let me see here, because I don't know. This is alleged. Let me make sure I say that. But from when Toni Braxton first came out, from my understanding, Anita Baker was presented some songs. I don't know if it was Love Should Have Brought You Home. I don't know if it was Give You My Heart. I don't know what songs it was, but Anita Baker was supposedly presented some songs from L.A. Reid and Babyface to sing. I don't know if that was going to be on this soundtrack, or if I don't know if they just want to work with her in general, and who knows, she would probably appear on the soundtrack. It is what it is. But it was always said that Anita Baker was the one who was supposed to be featured on this soundtrack. We're going somewhere. Now we're about to get into the, meat and potatoes of all this. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because Anita Baker has been quoted as saying, well, I really don't want to sing right now or record any music because I'm too far pregnant. Like, she's pregnant at the time. She's, up in her months, within her pregnancy. I'm not trying to sing. Anita Baker has been quoted as saying, the lady who's on the soundtrack, the lady who's singing the demo, why don't you guys use her? Toni Braxton, right? So I'm not saying anybody is not telling the truth. I'm just saying that that's what it was when it first came out. So when I came across this Reginald Hutland's quote of saying that they want to use Toni Braxton, that's not what I've heard. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm about to go somewhere. Stick around, because this is, like I said, we're about to dive into it. So I was like, that's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know who to believe. So now here is where we are with this, all right? So now where I am is basically, I'm saying to myself, I was like, well, what is going on? Now that I'm listening to, Toni Braxton's first album again, and I'm saying to myself, like, now I got to think. Now I got to let you guys know how all of this started to come together, because now, let me tell you, at this moment in time, this is what I do. It's nothing special. I listen to the music again intentionally. I'm not listening to the music now to just kind of, feel good, sit back and chill. I am listening to the music. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm getting my vibe. I'm kind of feeling like, what was going on with me at the time that the music came out? Like, what was I thinking about Toni Braxton when she first came out, and all of that stuff, and maybe some things that is going on, so on and so forth. That's pretty much what I do. That's why I say I don't have time to be digging around the trash. I just ask questions. I ask questions, and then the answer, just comes to me like, oh, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. And that's my dialogue. So I'm saying to myself, I'm like, well, I do recall when Toni Braxton first came out with the song Give You My Heart with Babyface, I instantly loved it. I like the song a lot. I really do. I don't know why I like the song so much, but stick around, because I'm going to tell you something about L.A. Reid and Babyface that some of you guys probably never thought about from a production standpoint. You understand what I'm saying? And when I thought about this, I said, these guys are actually, we don't give them enough credit at all. But we're going to talk about that. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, this is interesting, about Toni Braxton. When she, like I said, when she first came out, and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, okay, I like Toni Braxton. I like the song "Give You My Heart," and then I'm saying to myself, I'm saying, I really could never tell on the song "Give You My Heart." I could never really differentiate between, Babyface's vocals and Toni Braxton's vocals on that song at times. Sometimes I could tell, oh, that's Toni, but especially when they're singing together, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat, but just too similar, for them to be singing together like that. But it worked. Like I said, I love the song. I love the song a lot. And then we get to the song "Love Should Have Brought You Home." And when I get to the song "Love Should Have Brought You Home," that's when everything just started to like click. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is interesting. Y'all ready? So when Toni Braxton came out with the song "Love Should Have Brought You Home," I remember my sister. It definitely wasn't "Give You My Heart." It was "Love Should Have Brought You Home." And maybe you women out there, maybe you can all probably say, you know what? Yeah, this is right on spot. This is right on the money. And that is, all the women, because I'm in high school at the time, right? Yeah, I'm about to enter into high school. And the next thing I know is that all of the girls cut their hair off. Everybody was like, I got to get my hair cut like Toni Braxton. All of a sudden, I know my sister said that she was going to do it. And the next thing I looked up, and I mean, her hair was that short. And every time I turn around, I would look and see, the young ladies had the Toni Braxton, haircut. I was like, oh. I was like, okay. So Toni Braxton was definitely a trendsetter is where I'm going. But was it intentional? Well, we don't know if it was intentional, but what I think I can say that you guys probably are not aware of when it comes to whether or not she was intentional, I found something that was kind of interesting about Toni Braxton in her look. Okay, so there I am. I'm asking all of these questions, and the next question I asked myself, I said, short hair. Anita Baker. Anita Baker was supposed to sing these songs. Everyone is getting their hair cut. All the ladies, they're cutting their hair in Toni Braxton's hairstyle. It's like, I was like, that's interesting. Then I thought about the video, "Love Should Have Brought You Home." And then I'm saying to myself, because I'm not thinking about this, when the movie or the song first came out. So I'm saying to myself, I was like, that's interesting. Then you know what else I said to myself? I said, who thought of that? And where do we go with this? Well, what do you mean, where do we go with this? Who thought of that and where do we go with this? All right. Here's where I am. This is where, like I said, we're at the meat and potatoes now. So Toni Braxton's picture is here at the bottom. Halle Berry is at the top here, right? Anita Baker, of course, we see her picture there on the left. Well, my right. And I'm like, where do I go with this? It's almost kind of like freaky in a sense, in a sense. It's like, huh? Because here I am, I'm thinking about the video. I don't know which direction to go in because I'm thinking about the video. And when I look at the video, I'm saying to myself, like, okay, this is clever. This is clever if they're trying to make Toni Braxton look like Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Oh gosh. See, I don't know why, since this Chloe and Haley Gurdon came into the picture, now I'm trying to make sure I'm always messing up Halle Berry's name. Halle Berry. Is it Haley? Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Halle Berry. I don't know. But I'm always messing up her name now. I used to say it, you know, in the day. But I'm saying to myself, like these two right here, I can see if for marketing purposes that they wanted Tony to look like Halle Berry. I know it's wrong now. It's Halle Berry. It's Holly, right? Well, y'all gonna tell me I'm butchering her name. I know it. But anyway, I can see that for marketing purposes. But then it really gets kind of spooky to me that if Anita Baker really was supposed to sing the songs, are you trying to make her look like Anita Baker or the female lead in the movie? That's where I'm going with this. Because you know she sounds like Anita Baker, Toni Braxton, right? It's spooky. It's freaky to me. It's just very, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's quite interesting to me to see this connection. You understand what I'm saying? Now, here's another thing that's on my mind in the midst of all of this, okay? Whew. So now I'm thinking about Toni Braxton. I'm thinking about this album, right? And how well this album performs for Toni Braxton. Hold on, I'm going somewhere. I'm thinking about L.A. Reid and Babyface presenting songs to Anita Baker. That's what I'm thinking. Y'all got to follow with me. Okay, you got to follow me, okay? So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about L.A. Reid and Babyface presenting songs to Toni Braxton. I mean, to Anita Baker, and Anita Baker turning this down. Now, okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, did he really just say that? I'm going to say this. Now, Anita Baker, I like you, Anita. I do. I have your music. I don't have all your music. Well, I'm saying I didn't put it all out, but I have your music. I have, see, listen, I'm a songstress, Anita Baker. You understand what I'm saying? A songstress, Anita Baker. You feel what I'm saying? I got them all over there, but I'm just saying I had to pull these out just to give you some, you know, see. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say to y'all is this. Don't get mad at me, Anita, for saying this, but I'm going to say it. Let me see. Do I have the cover over here? Now y'all making me get my albums out. My CDs out. Where is it? Which one I was trying to pull out? Oh, I know now. Where is it? Oh, no. Where is it? Oh, Lord. It's around here somewhere. Well, anyway, that's fine. I'll pull it out. So, Anita Baker might get mad at me for saying this, but you know what? I love them. Anita Baker, I'm looking through all my albums and seeing if it's in here. And I don't see it. I don't see it, but I know I got it. I know I got it, but anyway, I ain't even gonna sweat it, Anita. Anita, don't get mad at me for saying this, Anita. Oh, Lord, Anita, don't get mad at me, good. But I'm gonna say it. I'm looking for my Rapture CD. I'm looking for the Rapture CD, and I don't see it. But anyway, let's talk about Anita Baker's Rapture album for just a second. It's no secret. The Rapture album is the album that put Anita Baker on the map, right? It did. It's like her career skyrocketed. Like it went to the top, tippy top, right? Put her as they would say, center stage. She's now welcomed into Diva, Club Diva. And it's like her career took off. Hold on, I'm trying to get it like it. Took off, and then it just leveled. She stayed right where she was. And to me, that's why I said, no, it's my point of view. We're not taking anything away from Anita Baker. Y'all already know how I feel about it. But it's like her career just stayed where it was. It didn't go any higher than that. She was there. And I always wondered, what would have happened in her career had she decided to record those songs that Babyface and L.A. Reid presented to her? I always wondered that. What would have happened to her career? Would her career have just went to the next level? That's all I'm asking. Would it have gone to the next level? I don't know. I like to think it would have. Because when I think about the songs that Toni Braxton sings on this album, there's no denying now I got my Toni Braxton album mixed up with all these other albums. I'm saying to myself, see, y'all done got me all unorganized over here. So I'm saying to myself, like, and you guys, let me know. But I would like to think that Toni Braxton would have been, like, Anita Baker would have, all right, Toni, don't be mad at me either, Toni. But what I'm saying is that I'm thinking like, the songs that are on this album, any of them, all of them, do you think this could have been Anita Baker's next album? That's all I'm saying. I went through all of that to say that. Y'all know should know me by now. Y'all know y'all should know me by now. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm hungry. I gotta eat. I'm sorry. But I always wondered, would this had been Anita Baker's album? Any of these songs, 7 Whole Days, whatever songs, Babyface, the entire album. Would this have put Anita Baker's career back, well, above where she was or is? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that? I think that. I really and truly do. I truly do. I think we already know that Toni Braxton is working with L.A. Reid and Babyface, and that she's going to be their next diva. We know that. But she said no. Anita Baker. I don't know. You guys tell me. I know we're at the 30-minute mark, and I still have a lot to cover, okay? I have a lot to cover, but I always wondered that. What do you think? And this would be the question then I would have to have for L.A. Reid and Babyface. So I have a question for my guests. For my question, what songs, and don't y'all take my questions and then ask them like y'all came up with these questions, because I don't watch other people's interviews, and I have stopped watching, I haven't seen a lot of L.A. Reid and Babyface's interviews. So, if it's a past one, I'll let that slide. But anything current, So somebody tell me, I want to know, like, what were the songs that were initially presented to Anita Baker? And did any of these songs make this album? That's what I want to know. That's the first thing I want to know. That's the first thing I need to know from L.A. Reid and Babyface. You tell me. And whose story is true? about this? Who suggested Tony Braxton sing the demos? You got 2 versions out there already. I didn't even know that version was there. But anyway. So now let me recap so I can make sure, because now I'm about to get into a little bit more. So it looks as if then, is it safe to say that Toni Braxton at this moment in time with the release of her first album, do you think she's riding this Anita Baker type vibe thing going on? Is it safe to say, does Toni Braxton has an identity? I never thought about that question until now. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't believe I asked that question. That's why I'm shocked. Like, what? Y'all got to bear with me. I'm like, Toni, don't be mad at me, Toni. Toni, you know, I like you, Diva. I like you. Don't be mad at me, Toni. Y'all, honestly, don't be, because I'm not being messy. I'm just throwing out questions, though. But I'm shocked that it dropped in my head because I didn't think I was going to say that. But is it safe to say, okay. See, now, thank you. See, got you good. See, he going to help me clean this up. See, my Lord is going to, my Lord is going to help me clean this up. All right, listen. All right, y'all ready? You ready? Okay. You know, back in the day, way back in the day, there was a diva that came out. Oh, she was Spitfire. You already know what I'm talking about. Chaka Khan. Come on. Y'all know back in the day when Chaka Khan came out, Chaka Khan was like, oh my gosh, Chaka Khan was like this. Oh gosh, you couldn't contain it. And you still can't contain whatever that is that Chaka Khan has. I mean, it just it's fire. It really is fire, you know. And but when she came out, and of course, you know, I didn't know any of her music when she first came out with Rufus. But of course, going throughout the 80s, you know, because all of the 80s, if you understand what I'm saying, like all of the 80s, not all of the 70s, but all of the 80s. You understand what I'm saying? And I can recall those 80 divas that came out. Sorry, 80 divas. You know, I love you all. I love you. All my 80 divas, because y'all know y'all over here. You know. But there were some 80 divas that came out and you already knew who they were influenced by. Everybody tried to sound like Chaka. Y'all know y'all did. I would name names, but then I would name names, but if my Lord is trying to help me clean this up, what I just said, and then I start naming names, it's like, well, shoot, you just said it, so I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to name any more names because I don't know who's going to be offended about. Did you tell me I ain't Chaka? I ain't trying to sound like Chaka. But I am going to say this because, I mean, this has been said, you know, by the diva herself, like this diva that she's been quoted as saying this. May she, you know, continue to rest in peace. Vesta Williams said when she first came out with Sweet Sweet Love, you know, everybody thought it was a Chaka Khan song. Thank you, Vesta. See, you helping me clean this up real good. You know, so sorry, Toni, but Toni, what I'm trying to say is that really, though, y'all, come on. Look, this is my proof. My proof. Toni, come on, because I'm going somewhere, Toni. You just got to see where I'm going. I'm going somewhere, Toni. I'm going somewhere, L.A. Reid and Babyface. I'm going somewhere, Anita Baker. Just bear with me. You know, some people say imitation is the highest form of flattery. I don't believe that anymore. Be you. That's who I am. Don't try to imitate or copy anybody. I'm trying to duplicate. But anyway, great job though. Really great job. I don't know if it was marketing purposes for the movie, or I don't know if you were just trying to, piggyback on this Anita Baker style, and let's since we intended it for Anita, let's see if you can sing in her style, and let's see if you can do all of that, because this could have easily have been Anita Baker's next album after her compositions album. This could have been, this could have been, you got Anita Baker compositions, and then she comes out with compositions, and then this could have been Anita Baker's next album. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This could have been Anita Baker's next album. And then I wonder where my Rapture album is. Why don't I have Rapture? To prove to y'all that I'm not joking about, because see, I think some of y'all just probably think I'm joking about this. Some people probably think I'm joking, like, oh, he ain't got what he say he got. Hold on. Anita Baker, my everything. Anita Baker, the best of. Anita Baker, Rhythm of Love. Anita Baker, giving you the best that I got. And I don't know where it is. My Rapture album. I know it's over there. But anyway, do you see where I'm going? So, is she trying? When they say trying, is she? I guess the question I was asking, I'm about to ask again. Like, Toni Braxton, are you imitating Anita Baker, but not in a bad way? Do you not have an identity yet? That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going, Toni. Just bear with me. Don't y'all. Let's go. This is class. Interesting. But the thing that I like most about Toni, though, that was different. I don't know. I never got trendy. Oh God, see, I am putting I'm going to have to clean this one up one more time. I know. I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this one, called I just don't get trendy with Anita Baker. I don't get trendsetter. I just don't. Even when we're talking about Anita Baker hairstyle. Now, when Anita Baker came out, because of course I remember the songs, but I don't remember what was going around, because I'm still little. When she first comes out. So I don't know if everyone sees Anita Baker and goes like, oh, I got to get my hair cut in that Anita Baker style. And I'm sure that it happened. I'm sure now that I think about it, there were women having their hair in their hairstyle. But then, of course, when Toni Braxton come out, her hairstyle is different, because she is like slick. Like hers is slick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can tell I don't know anything about hairstyles. So, do you see what I'm saying? Whereas Anita Baker's hair is kind of like in a fade. I don't know. Whatever. I'm talking about like a hot top fade. I don't know. But anyway. I know. We're going to just let this continue. So now, let's get into this album, because this is when, oh gosh, this is when I have to talk about my duo. My duo. I got to talk about my duo. I got to talk about L.A. Reid and Babyface. Okay. Now, listen, I know Babyface. I know the Anita Baker and Babyface video that I put up. Listen, it was like, let me tell y'all, at that moment in time, I'm going to tell you why I felt the way I felt in that video when I put that video out. I'm being honest. Like, I'm honest. It was like watching our. It was like watching our aunt and uncle, or your great aunt and great uncle, You understand what I'm saying? Like the both of you are who you are, but you like both of them. And you see them going back and forth with each other. And you saying to myself, y'all stop this. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop it. That's what that made me feel like. You know, when I put that video up, I'm like, y'all done got on my nerves. You know. We're about to get into Tony's album review. We're about to do the album review, okay? So let's do Toni Braxton's album review. Oh, gosh. I'm already at the 15-minute mark. 45-minute mark. I don't know. I don't know if this video is going to be over an hour or not. Or I'm just going to stop it at an hour. I don't know if I can squeeze all of this in. I'm going to try. Okay. I have to say these are my opinions. This is my point of view. All right. Here's my point. This is the point I am trying to make. And the point I'm trying to make is, see, let me tell y'all something about L.A. Reid and Babyface that I don't think anybody wants to say, but I'm going to say it. You know, because I like them. And I like them. I really do. I mean, you know, I grew up listening to their music. So, you know. 2 occasions. See, y'all know some of y'all young, so y'all don't know about that 2 occasions. And that shoot 'em up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know about that. Listening to Toni Braxton's album. Listening to this album. Listen to this album. I started to see L.A. Reid and Babyface in a different light that I've never thought about them at all. Never. And I was like, this is interesting. But let me tell you what the conclusion I came to. I'm going to let you know. Okay, now, for those of you who don't agree with me, or for those of you who need some proof, like I said, I just listen to music. That's all I do in the court, and I ask questions through just listening to the music. I'm just letting you know. You remember the song I mentioned that that Babyface and Toni Braxton sung together on the Boomerang soundtrack, "Give You My Heart"? It's not on here, but it's on the soundtrack, "Give You My Heart." When I heard that, now I'm listening. I said, we're talking about L.A. Reid and Babyface. I listened to the song. I said, this is interesting. I thought about the year, and the year is 1992, right? 1992, maybe 1993 is when this album comes out. When does this album come out? By the way, this poster in here, you know, I never could have took my cover, my album cover. I don't care who you are. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad whoever thought to do this did it. I appreciate you doing it like this. I do. But for a person such as myself and my music that I bought, you're talking about your music and you recorded. I'm talking about the music that I bought. You think I was going to take this poster and nail it to the wall or tape it to the wall? My album cover? You thought I was going to, thank you for making it a full poster, but I'm keeping what? This is album cover. What you should have did, if you wanted me to have a poster, I know it's too late, but if you wanted me to have my own poster of Toni Braxton when I purchased this album, and I appreciate you doing that, but you know, a person such as myself, I got to read this stuff more than once. You should have put this poster in it when I bought it. And then I have my own poster, but I'm not putting this up on the wall. What you thinking? But anyway, getting back to L.A. Reid and Babyface though. So I'm listening. I said, we talking about the song give you my heart. I was like, L.A. Reid, I said, I've heard this before. We talked about L.A. Reid and Babyface as songwriters and producers now. We talk about this album review, Tony Braxton. I said, I've heard this before. It's like, isn't it 1992, 1993? Oh, see, now I'm going back to the reason why I was trying to open this up. 1992, 1993. Oh, Lord, I need some players. 1992, 1993. Anyway, I have to go look at the CD to see the year, I guess. So I said, 1992, 1993. I said, I've heard this before. All I got to do is listen to the music. It'll lead me. So I said, I've heard this before. It's like, I said, Tony Braxton, Pebbles. What? What have you heard before? I said, this can put you in the mind of Pebbles giving you the benefit. It's like this song is similar to Pebbles giving you the benefit. That's what I'm saying to myself. So then if it reminds me of Pebbles giving you the benefit, I said, this song giving you the benefit and give you my heart. I said, that song giving you the benefit sounds similar to Whitney Houston's I'm Your Baby Tonight. Follow me with me. Babyface out, L.A. Reid. I know nobody probably have never said this to you guys, but I'm going to say it. I think you're going to appreciate me after I say what I said. So I said, that's interesting. That's interesting. Then, see, listen, Babyface, I'm telling you, we go back, man. Babyface, we go back. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm saying you got to appreciate me from where I'm coming from. That's what I'm saying. Baby, it's no crime. It's no crime. It's no crime, Babyface. It's no crime. It's no crime. I'm letting it's not no crime. Man, y'all just don't know. Y'all, see, like this. See, I ain't think about this. I never really opened it up like this. See something like this. You should put, if you're gonna do the cover like this, you think I was gonna put this up on my wall? You better put another cover in there, and I would have put it on my wall. Lord, look at Babyface, y'all. Look at Babyface. Oh, well, and I done showed, and I don't think YouTube will hit me up. Look at Babyface. Now, Babyface, see, everybody see you in a different light now. See, can you cut me some slack, what I'm about to say? You know what? Look at Babyface. Look at him. Don't. We ain't lusting. I'm saying look at him. Look at him. Look at Babyface. You know, this is something that I never thought about growing up. And I'm glad I'm looking at Babyface now. Here's what I never thought about Babyface. Well, not Babyface, but my artists that I enjoy watching, you know, videos and performing. He's young. Babyface is young. Y'all, listen, can somebody else say, who else? Who else? He's young. He's young. There was somebody else I pulled out, and I said to myself, like, man, that's so true. But anyway, I'm moving right along from that. But what I'm trying to say is that I never realized. I'm thinking that, you know, growing up, listening to their music, I'm saying to myself, like, they're older. Like, I mean, they're older. These are old people. You know, when I'm a kid listening to their music because they look so adult, don't it? They look so mature. You see what I'm saying? They look so mature, but he's young. And I guess what I'm saying is that, you never really think about that back then versus now, how young they were. But anyway, Babyface, look at him again. So I'm saying, I done heard this before. So then, you know me. If you know me by now, I'm going to think like, that's just me. I'm going to ponder. So I was saying to myself, I said, I'm your baby tonight. Then, I told you I'm pulling out my divas. Paula Abdul. I said, knocked out. I said, knocked out. It's like, I done heard this before. Right? Then I go to Karen White. Secret Rendezvous. It's like I done heard this before. Follow where I'm going. See, I got a feeling LA Reid and Babyface, if they ever watch, I'm sure they sit back like this. See, you see what I'm going? I'm like, I heard this before. Ooh. See, y'all, guess what? I just realized, see, I don't think about this stuff. I just realized something. I have a lot of LA Reids and Babyface music. That's why y'all gonna cut me some slack. LA Reid, Babyface, y'all better cut me some slack. Daryl Simmons, all of y'all over there. The Deal, cut me some slack. Bobby Brown, I have a lot of Babyface music. Bobby Brown. See, Bobby Brown is young. And everybody said, duh, yeah, he's young. No, what you don't understand is they're older than me. So when I'm looking at them, I'm saying to myself, like I'm saying these cats are older. Y'all don't understand how as a kid, I'm looking up to people who are maybe, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 years older than me. But I'm looking at them like they're these mature individuals, but they're still young. So I said, I've heard this before. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all follow me. I know LA Reid and Babyface probably saying he needs to quit ASAP. So I was like, I've heard this before. Notice where I'm going. So then I thought about it. I said, Sheena Easton, The Lover in Me. I've heard that before. I don't have her album. I never owned the Sheena Easton album. I never got around to purchasing it. And then when I tried to find it, it was hard to find. So I just gave up. Then I thought about the Whispers. See, now what you have to do at this point in the video, because we're an hour into it. If you don't know the Whispers, rock steady. Listen to the Whispers, rock steady, and listen to Sheena Easton's The Lover in Me. 15 minutes. I'm trying to, y'all already should know. I know LA Reid and Babyface know where I'm going. So I said, I done heard this before. It's like, this is interesting. Then for whatever reason, I don't know why my mind took me here. I went back to Pebbles. I did. I went back to Pebbles. I love this album. I love it. This is a good album. And I thought about, for whatever reason, the things Pebbles was, the lyrics. The lyrics. Now I'm thinking about the lyrics to the song. I told y'all, you just have to follow with me. I'm thinking about the lyrics to the song. And I'm thinking about, for whatever reason, because I like the song so much, giving you the benefit. And She says, I can be a trip, but I choose not to. Deep inside of you, I think there's still good in you, boy. Don't give me no reason not to trust you. Take the benefit, don't give me no lip, and I'll be good. Or is it sweet to you? Whatever the case may be. That's what she says. Now, as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about the lyrics. And all of a sudden, I can't make this up. This is exactly how this happened. I was like, all of a sudden, I thought to myself, I said, no. I was like, who wrote those lyrics? Because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we are not giving these cats enough credit. We are, listen. I know we want to just put L.A. Reid and Babyface on a pedestal, because you see what I'm saying? Because, they got all these gold and platinum plaques and all of that stuff, and they done made these, superstars out of all of these singers and what have you. And I understand that. These guys here, forget production. I know I got all the way around here and took the long route because it's just what it is. It's what I'm going to do. I took the long route to simply say this. To me, yes, L.A. Reid and Babyface, well, let me say it this way. Now, this is what I'm saying, like where I'm going. And probably what L.A. Reid and Babyface, I probably like, he need to quit this. He's telling off, he's about to tell the secret that nobody wants to say. Hey, y'all got all the money and all the hits. It's a done deal. You guys are in history. And maybe nobody don't want to say this, but it's cool because at the end of the day, you guys are very clever. But this is what I am saying. I'm going to say. L.A. Reid and Babyface, the songwriting production team geniuses you are. These guys have taken that one track, and they have revamped that sucker over and 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 over again. They've taken that one track and they've added some things, they've taken some things out of whatever the case may be, but that one track, L.A. Reid and Babyface has made that jaunt work for them. But here is why they are clever. That's just business. That's just business. It's what it is. Hey, this sound work for us, and we're going to take that one track, and we're going to give it to all of the artists who comes through here because that's just what it is. But that's like I said, that's business to me. Let me tell you the reason why I feel that L.A. Reid and Babyface, and now this is no joke. I don't know who it is. I really don't know. I don't know if it's L.A. Reid. I don't know if it's Babyface, but this is sincere. Somebody, somewhere in the midst of all of this can write their AWS off. I don't know which one of you it is because, and I'm going to have to go back and intentionally now, read. I just want to sit back now and read their lyrics. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to go back now and read their lyrics because I really do. I sincerely feel this. For whatever reason, they give off good production. They're a good production team. Babyface, great producer. But I think the reason why we have been drawn to L.A. Reid and Babyface from a production standpoint, from a songwriting standpoint, is because of the lyrics. It's the lyrics. That's it. There's something about the writing, I think. It's not the music. It's the writing for us, for me. That when I go back and I listen to their lyrics now, and I don't know who it is. I want to know. I need to know. And I don't know if it's L.A. Reid. And I know we haven't talked about Toni Braxton's album. You just have to stick around for it. I don't know if it's L.A. Reid. Like, I don't know what part L.A. Reid plays in the production of the duo. You know, I don't know if he's the writer, if he's writer, or if he's producer. But this is what I'm going to say. This is me. This is just my opinion now. It's not fact. It's my opinion. Okay. I'm gonna say it. Oh gosh. It's my point of view. Like, you know, I know it's my point of view. It's my point of view. Would you agree with me if I say this then? L.A. Reid. Do you think? Well, no. I change it. It's still a question for L.A. Reid. But L.A. Reid, I have to ask you this question. Are you the grit of the duo? Are you the one that the grit? Are you the raw one? You know, raw. Are you the one who are you the hip one? There is a sound that I get, and I don't know. I don't know. I haven't followed much of Babyface's career, production-wise, after I guess you could say Toni Braxton. I haven't. It's just what it is. I haven't followed that. But I will say this. I feel as if there is a certain sound that I hear when L.A. Reid and Babyface are working together. There's something, there's a grit, there's a roughness, there's an attitude. Yeah. Would L.A. Reid be the attitude of the duo? There's an attitude. These divas. Hold on. And y'all would agree with me, right? Come on. I mean, really, I'm asking now. These divas, these songs, these divas, where are they? But I can use Bobby Brown. I can. Even Babyface. Like, and there's more. I have more. These are the only ones I put out because but do y'all not understand what I'm talking about? Like, there's I have the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. There is something going on. I just realized something. I'm going to show y'all this. Hold on, bear with me. I just happened to look over and I saw Jet Magazine. I know I need to quit. I just looked over and saw Jet Magazine with Toni Braxton. I just looked. I said, well, let me grab this real quick. I don't see. I can't make this up. But it was just sitting right there. On top of all the other Jet magazines. Oh no, I might talk about her next. There's a certain grit. I wonder if L.A. Reid is the grit. There's an attitude. Somebody has the attitude. There's an attitude in this duo. I wonder who it is. Somebody has an edge. Somebody has an edge. You know what I'm saying? Like in this show, it definitely comes through the music. As I said with Pebbles, I could be a trip, but I choose not to. Who wrote those lyrics? Yeah. That's all I was about to say. I am an hour and 9 minutes in, and I want to talk about. Let me see what I want to talk about the album. I would say this about the album, okay, and wrapping up because I think you know what, I'm right on the money. I'm looking at my notes and I said what I was thinking. So that is her. This is actually her album review. This album, as I said before, I think it could have easily been if Anita Baker accepted it. I want to say that I think this could have easily been Anita Baker's next album. You know, yeah. Do we hear Anita Baker influences throughout this album? Well, I guess voice wise, yes. Yeah, I'm going to say all over, from cut to cut, all over. I think that Toni Braxton has definitely duplicated Anita Baker on this album. There are some highlights on this album, though, that I really and truly like. And if you listen to the album in its order, forget about now how the songs, the singles released from the album. Forget that order. But if we are just going to listen to this album from cut to cut, right, from the first song to the last song, I would say that when it comes to L.A. Reid and Babyface, there's nothing new here. There's really nothing new. I think what makes L.A. Reid and Babyface so clever, and it even shows up on Toni Braxton's album, they just can write their behinds off. Like they're great writers. And I'm not saying they're not great producers. That's not what I'm saying. But I think the reason why we like their songs so much, because by the time somebody realizes that, wait a minute, this is that track over there and that track over here, and they took a little bit of this and took that out and add a little bit of here, this, then the other. But it's not the same song. Like these guys, like I'm done. Like, I don't know who, somebody, if it's Babyface, fine. But I really would like for L.A. Reid, Babyface, and that song, like Daryl Simmons, all of them. I don't know if they've ever did like a songwriting class. You don't have to do a production class. Forget that. Production is production. People will find their own sound. People will find their own sound. I believe it. But these guys write their behinds off. And I think because they do that, every song is different. Because if I go through and listen to them and I'm thinking about all the songs that I'm just hearing in my head, I want to rendezvous by candlelight. I want to hold and squeeze you through the night. Lock the door, throw away the key, and ecstasy. It's like, what? What? It's like, I'm giving you everything you are. Wait a minute. I'm giving you everything. You are my everything. I'm your baby tonight. What is it? From the second I saw you, I was ready to die. Never been fatal, but you're my first try. Like, come on. I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, L.A. Reid and Babyface, I'm done. Because when I think about your lyrics now, when I think about these guys' lyrics, I don't care what y'all say. These are the reason why we like them so much is what they're saying. And I don't think we're giving them enough credit for what they have been saying all of these years. And that's what I'm saying. I went through all of this to say that. But as far as Toni Braxton is concerned, when you listen to her album, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. A song like Breathe Again. I've never heard Breathe Again with any other diva. I can't think about that. I can't. I'm thinking about Layla Hathaway. Layla Hathaway's song, Heaven Knows. Heaven Knows and Breathe Again. It's that cool relaxed type vibe. Like it's just relaxing. Okay, another diva, Sade. You know, I'm thinking about No Ordinary Love and how it's just relaxing. It's mellow, it's smooth, it's chill, it's easygoing, it's flowing. Like I'm thinking about that, you know, and you don't have a lot of R&B divas doing that type of music. Well, yeah, Anita Baker, depending on, you know, what song she's recording at the time. Yes. But I think for me, when you get to the song 7 Whole Days on this album, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, 7 Whole Days is a song where you could say to Tony, I know you're talking about, oh, okay, well, Tony, you know, who is this Tony? Like, is she, you know, like this duplicate of Anita Baker? I think when you get to 7 Whole Days, when you hear that song, that's when I think we can say, Toni Braxton, welcome to Club Diva. Welcome to Club Diva, Toni Braxton. 7 Whole Days, for me, is a song where we go, oh, that separates her from all the rest of them. That's how you know that she definitely has made it, because no one has a 7 Whole Days type of song. And I think that that's what it is. Now I go throughout the entire album, and I'm not going to say I'm amazed or disappointed with the entire album. I wouldn't say that. But I think for me, this is me personally now, I think the album, when you find Toni, I'm talking about the Toni for me, when I find Toni, and I cannot compare her to any other diva on this album, with this album. It works for me when you get to the song that I like the most. I belong to you. I belong to you. I belong to you. How many ways? You mean the world to me. And best friend. To me, that's Toni. That's Toni right there. That's when the album is really at its best. I'm just saying. It's at its best. Everything else is kind of like, oh, okay, that's nice. Great song. Okay, I like that one a lot. But from I Belong to You all the way down, I'm applauding Toni and saying, great music. But here's what I do want to say. Best friend. Best friend. And I think she co-wrote that song, didn't she? I think on the lyrics, I mean on the sheet, it says that she co-wrote that song. And I'm not quite sure if she did or didn't. So let me make sure I look at my notes real quick and see, did she? According to the notes, I think it says that she is the co-writer. And maybe she even has some production credit on that song. Yes. So a guy by the name of Ernesto Phillips. And I think Ernesto Phillips was in a band, Starpoint. So he was in Starpoint. So Ernesto Phillips and Toni Braxton with Best Friend, that co-wrote and produced that song together. And I think Best Friend is definitely the highlight of the album. I think that's when she definitely shines, and she definitely has separated herself for sure, for sure. I'm so glad that song was the last cut on the album, because when you finish the album and you're listening to that song, it's not, it doesn't go like, oh, okay, that's the last song. Yeah. No. It leaves you thinking. That song leaves you wanting more. Best Friend does. I think it's a great song. I really, truly do. I like it a lot. Oh, wow. An hour and 18 minutes? Well, I hope you guys hung out with me. I really, truly do. Hope you guys hung out with me. And if you have made it to this part of the video, up to this point of the video, then I think it's appropriate for me to go ahead on and say, hey, why don't you hit that subscribe button, that like button, the share button, all that. Hang out with me. We're talking about R&B divas. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you guys so much for your support. And I can't thank you enough. I really and truly can't thank you enough. And on that note, I want you to remember to put your behind where your heart desires to be. And whenever I leave my mother's presence, you know what she says to me? She always says to me, she says, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. I love you guys out there. I really and truly do. I hope that you're loving yourself in return. And I look forward to seeing you next video. And until then, I want you guys to take care of yourselves. All right. Talk to you later.